You have something special. You have greatness in you. And just tell people Les Brown is speaking and he's got a message for you to as many people as possible. And you know why? People going through a lot of stuff, including me. I said, I'm not. See, I believe now there's certain things that you say and you realize the value of it. Like live each day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. I was talking to a friend about an idea, a business concept, and he's gone. Jarring, jarring. I was talking with one of my granddaughters and a potential business she was starting with a friend of hers, young kid, and his car broke down and he was on the way trying to get help and somebody killed him. Young, probably 22, 23, a baby. People dying left and right. So I don't know how much time I have left at 77, but I tell you this, I'm going to live my life the way I want to leave my life. See, if I had a job, I remember I made a decision. I was looking at this questionnaire. If you had 6 months to a year to live, what would you do differently? I wrote down, I would quit my job and go back to Miami and take care of my mother. And then on the next page, it said, as far as you know, this is your last day. Whoa. And I pushed back from my desk in the Ohio legislature. I was a representative from the 29th district. And I said, hey, man, I'll see y'all. What's happening? I'm out of here, man. I'm going back to Miami and take care of my mother. And I believe they're talking about the great resignation. I don't believe that people are just resigning from jobs. I believe that people are signing up to live life on their terms. That's what they're doing. Because if you got a job today, you've got to have at least 5 different core competency to hold your position. I have a niece and she's working for the airline, and they trained her when she came back in how to be a ticket taker. She worked in baggage claim, customer service. She did the PA system. They trained her in 5 different positions. I think people say, wait a minute, if I'm going to work this hard, I got to do more, do it faster, do it better, smaller staff. I'm betting on me. So they're signing up. They're not resigning from a job. They're signing up to be the controller of their own destiny. They're signing up to bet on them. They're signing up to live a different kind of life. They're signing up to own their lives. That's what's happening. And we should. We should. Because for years, corporations treating people like, you ought to be glad you got a job. Well, caught up with you, didn't it? How you like them apples? So I want to talk to you about it. And I know it's frightening. I know it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable when your life has been turned upside down. I understand that. I've been through that. Bought the t-shirt. All right? But here's what I know about you, and I can't see you, and I don't know you. You got what it takes. You got what it takes. See, you are made in the likeness and image of God. It doesn't get any better than that. You've been given the power, authority, and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. Did I say some things? No, sir, Mr. Brown. You said everything. Thank you very kindly for reminding me of that. Everything. What happened? What happened? Most of us are living a lie. We've been treated less than. We've been in a culture, the average person in a culture that diminishes your sense of self. Our intelligence being measured by ability to memorize. I'm a person that if you give me a written examination, I don't do well. But if you talk to me, I can bring it back to you verbally. People learn differently. So because I didn't do well on written tests, couldn't recall the things that I read, I was labeled, and 86% of the people, young African-American males in school, are relegated to that position. I was labeled educable, mentally retarded. He can't learn. Put him back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade. He's holding the class up. Then failed again when I was in the 11th grade. See, no one rises to low expectations. So listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. There's a reason we're taught, be ye not conformed to this world. The world will lie to you. The world will not tell you what I'm going to tell you. And what I'm saying to you, you've got greatness in you. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I've been on the planet 77 years. I know what I'm talking about. Don't you mess with me. I'm coming for you. And for a long time, I was suffering from possibility blindness. I couldn't see myself living a different kind of life, the kind of life that I'm living now. I couldn't see it. I didn't believe that was available to me. Why? Because I wasn't educated. I was indoctrinated and instilled with a limited vision of myself. You can't fit a big dream in a small mind. Come on, somebody. I need to hear the amen corner. And so the corporations control the curriculums of schools. So people, including me, were trained for jobs. And now for jobs that don't exist. And so now this is a new place. We've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. Anything you want, you can have it delivered to your door. They call it the rise of the robots. They got robots having babies. Come on. What if that robot get behind on their child support? Where you gonna put them in jail? Woo! Can they come up and show up in court? Woo! What? Why would you teach a robot how to have a baby? Come on, that just sounds nasty. Oh my God. I mean, people are being creative. There's a lady, I'm not making this up. She sold 200,000 jars, $200,000 worth of jars with a fart in it. A fart, rose petals, and a note. I'm not making this up. People are being creative. And so this is where we are right now. You want to own your life. Own your life. And part of, well, how do I do that? Don't ask that question. How is none of your business? Lean not unto thine own understanding. Don't do that. Don't ask how. Commit yourself to doing it. If you ask how, you'll get stuck in your mind. Commit yourself to live from your heart, a heart-centered life. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. What's in your heart? I ain't playing with you. I'm not playing with you. I've got friends who've died who've never lived. And you don't want to do that. You are here for a purpose. The world would be incomplete without you. People look at a lot of foolishness. This is something that's going to help you. As Reverend Ike used to say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. Are not children either hear this, rather than listening to garbage day in and day out. People say garbage in, garbage out. Absolutely not. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Garbage in, garbage stays. Studies indicate whatever you listen to, the first 20 minutes when you get up in the morning, it affects the spirit of your day. I ain't playing with you. I know what I'm talking about. You want to live your life the way you want to live your life, doing something that's you, doing something that you love, not doing something just to pay the bills or keep the lights on or be able to go and pump some gas and not complain about how much it costs. Ooh, gas prices going up. I don't care anything about how it's going up. I focus on my income going up. This is your time. And you got to say this to yourself. This is your time. Be ye not conformed to the world. Don't do what everybody else is doing. People, guys said the other day, man, we on my cable, I got over 50 channels. I asked him, I said, look, I don't curse much, but who in the hell got time to watch 50 channels? You need to get up off your behind and do something. First of all, pay your child support. Oh, if I could, I would. Oh, is that right? If the mothers had that kind of mindset, children would starve to death. Mothers make it happen. Mamie Brown made it happen for 7 kids she didn't give birth to. Sorry, trifling sperm donor. I wanted to gangster slap him. Left different jobs just not to pay child support. Rather go to jail not to pay child support. Some trifling people in this world. You know, George Bernard Shaw said something. He said we should establish a tribunal where people would be required to come and testify and give a reason why they should be allowed to live for the next year. And I can see some of these trifling dudes coming up there with their pants sagging, showing their drawers. Okay? Why should you be allowed to live for the next year? Let me ask you this. Do you have children? Yes, sir. How many children do you have? I reckon around 7. Are you current with your child support? Well, I would be, Judge, but I don't have it. What? Well, are you working? No, you know, I've been looking for a job. Is that right? You're not working. You're not paying child support. So what difference are you making in life? Why should you continue to suck up space and air? Why should you be here in front of me? What justification do you have for your life? Pull your pants up, first of all. But don't make me come down there and gangster slap you and hit you in the head with this club. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, all right. So why should you be allowed to live? Oh. Oh, behave. Hello? You know what happened to him. He's loose, ladies and gentlemen. He's on fire. Let me see some flames. Let me see some flames up in here. I ain't playing with you. This is a different place. We weren't built for this. Layer after layer after layer of stress from these pandemics, and we don't see any end in sight. Whew. This is different, and we got to live our lives differently. It's a time to be mindful of how you're living your life and ask yourself the question, does this make sense? Every moment is precious. I'm not making this up. People dying left and right. People dying who never died before. And so you've got to decide how do I want to live my life? And not just get caught up in the robotic behavior of doing just enough not to get fired and they pay you just enough not to quit, a lifestyle of mediocrity. I remember a lady, she was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer, and she went home and she was there by herself and sipping on coffee, and all of a sudden, with a moment of rage, she threw the coffee up on the wall and she said, "I refuse to die an unlived life." Whoa. And she changed her life. And she's still here. She's living a life that she's proud of, a life of significance. She'd been living a life for her children, and they didn't appreciate it. And her husband, who cheated on her. So this is time you want to get serious. We don't even know what's going on with all these various viruses. And as soon as they give you a shot, I took both shots and the booster. Now they say, well, now you're going to need a fourth shot. And pretty soon they're going to say, oh, you're going to need a fifth shot. Come on, when I was coming up, we got a shot for the measles and for the chicken pox. All right? So all these shots, oh, well, this new virus, it's mild. It's just like the flu. I don't want no kind of virus. I don't care if it's mild. I want a non-viral. Tell me about that. That's what I want. A non-viral, non-flu, non-cold, non-chicken pox and measles. I don't want anything y'all got up in here. We don't know what this is. Politicians are lying back and forth, talking out of their necks. The health people, they got all kind of mixed messages. And you got the crazies now who feel liberated, where being crazy is normal. Guy having an argument with another guy, and then one of the guy's father came up and shot the guy in the head. People are snapping. Saw this beautiful baby. They said that was an orphan. And I kept reading the story and said the father was a police officer. He committed suicide. Baby just about a week, 2 weeks old. And the mother, a week later, police officer, she committed suicide. Police officers, the ones that are selected out of hundreds of cadets, they're trained on mental toughness to be in a line of danger. Mental toughness. If the people who have been trained for mental toughness to handle danger, who have to put on a bulletproof vest when they get up in the morning to go to their job, didn't have a compelling reason not to take their lives. You got a newborn baby in the world that did not ask to be here, and you kill yourself. Don't even leave a note. That means this place is different. There's a lot going on. And well, what should I do, Les? You got to be selective of what you hear, because what you tune into, you turn into. I listen to positive messages when I get up in the morning. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. I'm listening to Della Toro, McNeil. I'm listening to Johnny Wimbrey. I'm listening to Mike Kelly. I'm listening to Willie Jolly. I'm listening to Stacey N.C. Grant. I'm listening to Lisa Nichols. I'm listening to people that's making an impact. Tamara and Stephen Anthony. I'm listening to people that's speaking life. I'm listening to Donald Lawrence. I'm listening. Lord, release me. Allow me to begin to live a different kind of life. Things that will lift my spirits. Things that will help me to create a closer relationship with God. I have to remind myself, he's in the midst of all of this. I've got a son that I have to call forth those things that be not as though they were. He's got bipolar, but bipolar doesn't have him. I've got to stand strong in that, knowing that no weapon formed against him shall prosper. Faith not tested can't be trusted. Life came for me, hit me below the belt at my son. Come on now. Stuff's going to happen to you. Trust me on this. I'm eating all type of different things and taking all type of items to replenish my white blood cells because they've been depleted because of the stress that I've been dealing with. That's none of my business. It's God's business. Hello? My mother said, and I constantly repeat, Mamie Brown, oh, Lord, help me keep my nose out of other people's business. I've done all I can do. I prayed every prayer that I can pray for my son. And I put him in God's hand, went and got him out and said, wait a minute. No. Don't do it like this. This is God's business. This is beyond you, Mr. Motivator. Yeah, you used to fixing things. You can't fix this. In order to make it in and out of this pandemic, you got to you got to be hungry. You got to be hungry for greatness. You got to be hungry to change your life because you're getting so much resistance, so much pushback. An airplane can't fly without the resistance of air. You can't learn good horsemanship by riding a tame horse. Life is different now. It's different. And you have to remind yourself, I was chosen to be here. This is my time. Because every time there is disruptions, every crisis means danger and it means opportunity. So in the midst of all of this, it's a time. All things work together for good for those who love God. Then say all things will be good, and then say all things will feel good. But you got to look for the good, and you got to be tenacious and persistent as you look for it with tears in your eyes, blood in your eyes, that you're going to find it. We might be through with these viruses, but these viruses ain't through with us. I'm telling you, I'm so sick of them, I don't know what to do. Oh, I say the devil is a liar and his breath stinks. Stop it, Les. You got problems. I know it. I didn't take my medication this morning. I didn't take it. And so at this place, we have to look at our lives and shake things up. Doing things in the same way, it doesn't make any sense. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she helped me to get a connection with someone that's very important to me. I said, let me know what I can be of assistance to you. I'm fine. I didn't ask you if you're fine. I said, trust me on this. It's better to have money and not need it than to need it and not have it. I didn't envision when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I'd get medication that costs $10,000 a month. Are you kidding me? That's more than a mortgage note. Trust me on this. You've got more in you. You have more talents, more abilities. You've got greatness lying dormant in you. But you got to be willing to put forth the effort. You've got to be willing to increase your value. You've got to be willing to develop the skill, monetize it. Most people are living far below their potential because they stopped learning, they stopped growing. They stopped and lost their curiosity about life. They've settled. I had a friend died a few weeks ago. I asked my brother, why didn't you tell me? Oh, I forgot. Know why I forgot? Because that person did not live a life of significance. His life didn't make any impact. That's why he forgot. And I'm at this age. We got a newsletter from Booker T. Washington High School graduates of 1963, and they got this list of people they call sorry to announce that, let's say, William George died unexpectedly. Nobody dies unexpectedly. Everybody's expected to die. Send me the list of who's living, what they're doing, and how we can make some money together to live life on our terms, to live our lives the way we want to leave our lives. How we can get together and party and play bid whist games and learn new dance steps and take on this thing called life and build a better world for our children and our children's children. That's who I want to know about. Let the dead bury the dead. Don't let me know who died and death peeping through the window, looking at me, say, yeah, we coming for you, motivator. I don't know. What's gotten in him? What's gotten into him? I don't know. You think maybe he got one of those bottles of moonshine that Mamie used to make, or some homebrew, and she left some bottles and he got a hold of it and was sipping out of it? I don't know, honey. Was he upset about something? Oh. Life is for living and loving and doing something that gives your life meaning and significance and making impact. Yes, where you leave a mark. Oh, that's why I'm training speakers. That's why I'm building a community of people who are serious, people who want to learn, people that I can coach before I leave here, people that I can spend some time with, dreamers, people, iron sharpening iron, people that have goals and dreams and know that what Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or it's boring. I guess what I've said is enough. Somebody can hear me. I know God has spared me. And I remember I was in Cleveland Clinic, hospital in Cleveland. And I went in the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and there was an X on my Adam's apple. So the nurse came in. I said, why? Come here. Why is this here? Oh, we're going to radiate your spine tomorrow. And you might lose your voice. Nobody told me that. Yeah. The cancer is metastasizing your T1, T2 and 3, 5 and 7, and your spine. So we had to radiate. And some people lose their voice. Did somebody tell you? No. I'm a speaker. Oh, well, it might. But, 9 times out of 10, it won't happen. But what if this is it? What if Murphy's Law shows up and somebody say, oops, what's that? He won't be able to talk anymore. We made a mistake. They make mistakes. They operate on people and sew them up and leave instruments in them. Murphy's Law waiting for me in the operating room, radiation room. Murphy's Law, what's that, Les? If anything can go wrong, it will, and at the worst possible moment. I call my children, hello, get everybody on the phone. Come on, what's wrong there? Nothing's wrong. Get everybody on the phone. I just want to tell all of y'all, I love you. I love you. They're going to do a procedure on me. And they're going to put this thing over my face, and they're going to radiate my spine. And they said I might not have a voice when I come out. And I just want to say I love you. And they said, we love you too. And we're believing God for a miracle. We believe that you're going to be all right. Thank you very much. And they came in and they put this thing on my face as they got ready to put me in. And I said, God, most of my life, my song has been Frank Sinatra's song. I did it my way. I promise you, when I come through this and I have my voice, I promise you, I will do it your way. Don't laugh at me. I know I've said in the past, and I suffered convenient amnesia. I know, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. I even told you I was going to increase my tithes, and I didn't. I know. But you said, how many times shall I forgive my brethren? 7 times 7? These are your words, 70 times 7. I know I've almost ran those 70 times 7s out, but this time, I'm serious. I mean it. I mean it with everything in me. Don't take my voice. When I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I did not ask you to cure me of the cancer. I just asked you to move it to my ankle. I don't need 2 ankles, or to my knee. I don't need 2 knees or my elbows. And I'll be fine, But now I'm saying to you, don't take my voice. And to God be the glory. When they brought me out and they took that mask off me, they had strapped my face in and my body in the MRI. And I suffer from claustrophobia. And I was in there a long time, and they brought me out. And I said, hello? Hello? Hello, Mrs. Brown. You can hear me? Yes. Oh, my God. Thank you. Would y'all take these damn straps off me, please? Oh, my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Where's my mask? Ain't nobody in here but me, but my nose running now. So I ain't taking no chances. I'm going to put a mask on the machine, on the computer. You know what? You got issues. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. To God be the glory. You're here. We are here because of God's grace and mercy. That's just the way it is. So I know what I'm talking about. Don't teach what you don't know, and don't lead where you don't go. It's your time. You watching me now? You listening to me now? It's your time. Yes. Yes. It's your time. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye for now.